Hello everybody. So I'm going to show you today how to set up a blank Visual Studio 2017 project. We're going to set up an empty project to start with and then add some code so that we can create our first console application. I already have Visual Studio open, but I don't have a project created. We go to File, then to New, and then Project. Make sure that you select Visual C++ and then select Empty Project. You have to give your project a name, so I'm going to choose demo_project. Then we want to browse to a location to store our project. So Visual Studio actually stores all of its projects in folders. What we'll do is we'll browse, and then we'll choose the desktop of this PC. Notice that Create Directory for Solution is not selected. If you do this, Visual Studio will also create a solution which will contain possibly multiple projects. This is an advanced feature that we don't need, so we'll keep this option unselected for now. Click OK. So once we have our project open, we have the Solution Explorer, the name of the project, and then we have source files, resource files, and header files. I'll click on source files and then right-click and add a new item. What we'll do is we'll add a C++ source code file. This is any file with a .cpp extension. And we'll rename this to demo. I'll click add. Now that we have our demo.cpp file in the project, you can see that it appears under source code files. So let's create a simple program. I'll first include IOStream. This is so that we can access the console window for printing out a message. Then we want to type using namespace standard. This allows us to access the console window without having to use the std namespace modifier all the time every time we want to use the IOStream library. It'll save us some typing. Then we'll create a main function because every C++ program needs its own main function. And we'll just return 0 to end the program. So in between the start of the program and the end of the program, that's where we'll input our output message for the user to see. We'll do the traditional hello world example. After this, I'll put a new line in with the ENDL. And then of course a semicolon. So we can save our source code file, go to debug, start without debugging. So this will compile the source code and then run the application. So if you were looking very carefully, you would have noticed that a window did pop up very briefly and then disappeared again. This is because Visual Studio 2017 doesn't have the empty project set up as a console application. To set up the project as a console application, right-click on the project name, navigate down to the Properties option, then make sure you select Linker, go to Subsystem, and under the Subsystem drop-down, choose Console. Then you can click on Apply and OK. Once you've done this, you can go to Debug, start without debugging, and then your program should run and the console window should stay open until you press any key to close this window. So there you have it. You have your first C++ program with a message printing on the screen.